the attitude of your coach. Winston Moss, an intense guy, disciplinarian, gets after his guys, and
Scrappy dog.
obviously his team is responding to that approach right now today.
He's got a dog in his own buzz. Let's go, let's go! Let's go! Blue Lining! Play hard!
Here's Jones on 3rd and 12. That's the tight end car elite. And Lee gets out to the 35-yard line. They're 6 yards short, and so they're going to punt.
You just can't say enough about this Wildcats defense. When we watched them in week 1, they really struggled. There was blown coverages, guys out of position, missed assignments. Week 2, last week we saw Winston Moss's foot fingerprints kind of start to be kind of evident on this team, and now in week 3 it seems like it's really starting to come together. I couldn't be more impressed with what they've been able to do against one of the most prolific passing attacks in the entire XFL.
Here's Nicewander on to punt. Oh, it's blocked. And LA recovers inside the 5. Jack Tocho.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Yep.
This is just an all-around unbelievable effort. He got there so fast, the punter pulled the ball back.
Yeah.
He didn't even attempt to punt it. It's not often that you see that.
I thought Tocho blocked it and recovered it. He didn't even have to block it.
Yeah, you see, this went to the punter, pulled the ball back. He realized just how tight those guys were. Great effort by this Wildcats team. Special teams now jumping in. 3rd turnover of the game by DC. Another short field. I mean, 4 yards short of a field. This is unbelievable.
1st and goal from the 4. The up back, Martez Carter fighting. Going to be stopped just short of the goal line.
Second time they've run that play. They ran it last time when they were down in this situation before their last scoring drive. Kind of a misdirection, kind of a scissors handoff, kind of an interesting concept. Following that, the last time they just went big boy football with the extra lineman and ran right at him. Let's see if they take the same approach here.
7 linemen again. Carter trying to dive into the end zone, and he got it. Martez Carter, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
This has to feel so good for these guys. Everything, how the first 2 weeks went. Again, that scissors action. See Scooby, oh, he lost the ball. I guess they're saying he broke the plane.
Yeah, it was on the other side of the goal line, it looked like, when it came out.
You got to be happy for these guys. In front of their home crowd, been through a lot, had a lot of, kind of turmoil for the first couple weeks of the season, but hats off to Winston Moss and his entire staff.
I love you, Vaughn and Mario.
Talk about circling the wagons. Pretty incredible.
3 turnovers. The last 2 turned into touchdowns.
We're going. Ready. Let's go.
Now for the 1 point. And they get it again. Larry Rose. And it's now a 27-0 Los Angeles lead.
Just, again, the run game down by the goal line has been kind of the Wildcats staple. That's what they've gone to back time and time again for the point after tries and for their scoring touchdowns. Just an all-around great effort. Starts with the guys up front, getting a great effort by the running backs. This is just complete, total domination by LA today.
Jenny Taft.
Hey, go get a break. I'm about to be right back on the field.
Appreciate you. Go give me the ball. Go give me the ball.
All right, Martez, I know there's a lot going on here, and I'm hearing your Mr. Excitement.
Crowd pleaser.
Crowd pleaser. Just take me through what has clicked for this group. You guys, this is a whole different team we're seeing today.
Oh, well, the coaching staff came down and they just said that, guys, we got to change this thing around, and that's exactly what they did. All week we just been prepping all week. We staying extra late, getting up extra early, and we really dissected this team. I appreciate the coaching staff, Josh, and everybody just for cracking down on those guys. And we've been in meetings all day and all night just preparing for this game, and it's showing up. We're just going to continue to show up for the next 2 quarters, and in the third.
Okay, no pressure, but I hear you can do a backflip. What's it going to take for you to put it on display?
Give me one more in the box.
Okay, one more in the box. I'll come back.
One more in the box.
All right, thank you very much.
He's looking for one more touchdown. Hey, the way this thing has gone so far, it's not out of the realm of possibility. This has been all Wildcats as DC tries to get a good return from Presley to get something going. Remember, DC came in having turned the ball over once in their first 2 games.
Yeah, and that's been the story today. It started with the 3rd down pick. Cardell, you heard Pep telling him, just throw it, eat it, through the pick. Force this one into zone coverage. And then, of course, the punt block. I mean, they got through so clean. I don't even know if it was technically a block as much as it was just a fumble by the punter. Just an all-around dominant performance by this Wildcats team today.
Yeah, 3 turnovers by DC, and now they've got a running back running into his own lineman. That's Donnell Pumphrey.
They're going to have to open it up at some point, I know.
Well, I was going to ask you, at this point, do you open it up and try and get some points here, or do you kind of just try and settle down and take what you can before you get to halftime?
I know. I think you got a player like Cardell Jones. I know today he's kind of been struggling a little bit, but you know what kind of player he is. Been one of the better players in the league through the first couple weeks. I think you got to put this game on his shoulders and say, hey, we got a 27-point deficit here, a little more than a half to go. You're going to have to be special, bud.
He scrambles here on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and 4.
I think you find yourself down 27 in the first half, Kurt. I think your game plan kind of goes out the window a little bit. You can only stay so committed to the run. You can only stay so patient. Yes, one play won't bring you back, but the way this game has been going, I don't think 27 is where LA is going to finish on the scoreboard.
Here's Jones. He's got time, pumps, brings it down. And he runs it before being forced out of bounds by Ahmad Dixon.
Tell you, Dixon, this defense, they are flying to the ball, and they're letting, oh, you see them, they're letting Cardell Jones know about it. They are not backing down. They don't care that they haven't won a game.
Well, when you're up by 4 touchdowns.
They are flying. They're playing with a ton of confidence. I'll tell you, when you watch from this angle, we can really see the back end, and we can see the big picture. There's nobody open.
Right.
They're doing an unbelievable job on the back end. There is nowhere for Cardell Jones to throw the ball. And right now, I think he's starting to feel that and pressing a little bit.
Look at the difference in the first 2 games to today so far. And their offense will get another shot at it. Nice Wander gets that one off. McBride backed up inside the 10. And so they'll start back at their own 21, 22-yard line, let's say. Oh, we're watching a beatdown go on right now, but Friday you can see WWE SmackDown as John Cena is back. The man, the myth, the legend joins the superstars of SmackDown as he returns home to Boston. Don't miss it. It's a special Friday Night SmackDown this week, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Can, Z short. Hey, 17, on, ready? Do it left.
I mean, Josh Johnson is ready to go again. 2.5 left. And remember, you get inside 2 minutes, the clock will stop even more, and they have 1 timeout. So plenty of time to try and add even more points here.
Yeah, you're kind of interested to see what kind of approach here. Are they content going in 27-0? Are they going to try to force the envelope here and try to go down for another score?
They stopped the run for a loss. Martez Carter. And Jameer Thurman with the tackle in the backfield.
I think they're content at obviously taking it to the 2-minute. But as you said, Kurt, with these new timing rules, 2 minutes now doesn't allow you to really run the clock like it used to. With the clock stopping, no matter ball inbounds or out, it just extends that final 2 minutes so much that teams really have to approach it with a different sense of urgency than they do under the more traditional timing rules.
Well, it's been 28 minutes so far, and in those 28 minutes, Los Angeles has put up 27 points while giving up 0. Can they add more before they go to the locker room at halftime? Well, grab your phone because before next weekend's XFL action kicks off, you can download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play the XFL game for free. It gives you a chance to win up to $10,000. And I'm sure everyone right now on the Super 6 app took LA to win this game. I mean, they scored 17 points week 1, 18 points week 2. They've already put up 27 here with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Just like everybody thought, right?
As you said earlier, Kurt, that's why they play the game, right?
It is. And we'll see what LA does here. With the rules inside 2 minutes, they're forced to press the action.
Check out.
Johnson, little sidearm caught. Jordan Smallwood. You see the experience at quarterback there paying off for Johnson.
Little RPO style action, had a run called. He liked the matchup on the quick slant to Smallwood. He kind of had to change his arm action a lot. That's kind of been the new in vogue kind of quarterback play. People are starting to now see from some of these guys, and saw it clear there, trying to get that ball into the defender's hands.
9 yards on the pass play.
We're good. Ready. Check out.
They hand it off. Martez Carter. Nowhere to run. Sam Montgomery in the backfield before he got the ball almost.
Yeah, I think that was the same play they had on second down that he pulled and ended up throwing the ball. You have to wonder if they had the same RPO there. They got a receiver coming down. Actually, that's the tight end. He's the converted receiver, to tight end Hampton. Just a tough matchup there on the outside. He's not the guy they probably want in that position, setting the edge. They'd probably rather 82 Brandon Barnes, but great play there. Defenders needed to stop, get their offense a chance to get something going here before the half. Try to press the issue and get on the board here before the halftime.
So they use that final timeout, but once again, we've mentioned inside 2 minutes, the clock will stop. Anytime it's out of bounds like normal, it stops until the ball is snapped again. But any play inbounds, the clock will stop, give the ball spotter a chance to reset it, and then 5 seconds will run off the play clock before it runs off the game clock. So it gives you a chance to get up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and do something.
Yeah, that's what I thought on third down. Just like you said, I thought with the new rules that there's not a ton of harm in trying to take a pass there and take a shot at a first down. Clock's gonna stop anyway. You do make them burn a timeout, but those timeouts, as you said, aren't as valuable as they are in the other timing rules.
Here's Shane Trapuka's punt. Eli Rogers down the sideline, and he takes it into LA territory. So it'll be good starting field position for Cardell Jones as this DC team tries to get something on the board before halftime.
EVP Obama balloon. Motion? No. Whatever you want. Hey.
There you see the rules here in the comeback period, as they call it.
We got rib key. Rib key on Sunday. Ready? Yeah.
First time all day that DC has been in LA territory. Starting at the 49.
Yeah. Permit. Rib 5-7. Rib 5-7. Rib. Hey, Sunday. Hurry. Let's go.
Jones fires to no one.
Yeah.
DeAndre Tompkins was the closest guy there, but they were about 10 yards apart.
I think there's a little miscommunication there. I think Cardell Jones expected DeAndre Tompkins kind of flatten that route out towards the sideline. He kept it high. And as you said, that ball wasn't even close.
It has been a struggle on offense all day long. As many turnovers as first downs.
Hey, yeah, rip. Hurry. Let's go.
Jones underneath. That's Presley out of the backfield, but he doesn't get far. Jerome Copeland with the stop. After a short gain of 3 yards.
Hey, act key, ready?
See what they have in store here on third down. As you've said, passing the ball's been a struggle all game. Can they find their rhythm here at the end of the first half to get a little momentum into the halftime break?
Here's Jones over the middle, caught his tight end Kari Lee, and Lee will take it down to the 20. Under a minute left. 26 yards on that pass play. And DC first passing first down of the game. Now they got something going.
Nice job by Pep Hamilton there. On the previous play that he checked down to the back, they ran the exact same route. The tight end popped over. Pep Hamilton today running again. That time Cardale Jones didn't miss his big tight end down the middle of the field.
Scrambling is the big Jones. Give him 5 yards. Clock will stop until they re-spot the ball. And then 5 seconds after that, the game clock will go. So they've got a chance to hurry this up.
Let's go Z-fade.
Get a quick snap.
Z-fade.
They got a ton of time here. They don't need to panic. They don't need to force the issue here. They got tons of clock.
Jones looking right. Tompkins, the intended receiver, and he was stopped by Roman Tatum. No flags anywhere.
Yeah, the Mikes obviously picked up Z-fade. Tompkins there is the Z receiver, just trying to throw a jump ball, take a chance.
Let's the bundle right dirty. Let's go chip, even key, ballpark.
Hey,
Wide
chip,
corner
even
leak.
key. Ready?
Chip even key, that's something that I recognize. Pep Hamilton, who used to be in Indianapolis with our former offensive coordinator, Rob Chudzinski. That's a real common. The chip, we're going to chip these ends before we release on our break. Before we release. Key is the protection.
Oh, it doesn't help. It goes in and out of the hands of his tight end, Donnie Ernsberger.
Oh, it's a critical drop. He comes on the drag. Just keep running. Don't jump. Just catch it with your hands. Oh, you see Pep's reaction there. He knew that's a...
Yeah, we got that.
It's just too easy at this level. That's got to be a first down conversion.
We got it.
And so at this point,
It's over. We got him.
DC just taking some points so they can go to the locker room on the scoreboard. Hopefully, as Ty Rasa will try this one from 32 yards out. And DC gets 3 points. Plus, they get the ball to start the second half.
You heard Cardale Jones come off the field, and he goes, we got these guys. We're good. We settled in. I think that drive, even though it only ended with a field goal, I think we saw Cardale Jones start to settle into the game. Pep Hamilton started to feel the rhythm of the game as a play caller.
Oh, I just want you.
I like the body language Cardale Jones had there coming off the field. Offense has a little more life.
Did you spray or straight still?
Got their work cut out for him, but if anybody can do it, it's this defender's offense.
Remember now, okay, on cover 2, that fade is a no-go. It's 2 people over there.
The one thing you notice, they are down 27-3 at this point. Cardale is calm.
Hey.
Pep Hamilton
Hey,
is
we got
calm.
these niggas. I swear to God, we got these niggas. We got these niggas. Hey, we got them. We got them. I'm telling you now, we got them. Hey, we about to tear their ass.
All right, so LA will touch it one more time. They do have one timeout left. And then we'll see what happens with this return. Their special teams has been really good so far in this ballgame.
I think barring any sort of big chunk return here, you got to imagine LA is going to take this lead, take a knee, take this lead. No reason here to force the issue by trying to do anything with 30 seconds left.
Martez Carter on the run. Trying to set up blocks. They stop him. Good second effort by Carter. So with 20 seconds left, LA will get it one more time. Keep in mind, next Sunday on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to California, where we are for the Auto Club 400. Kyle Busch took home the hardware last year, and we'll see who will challenge the champ for an early season win this campaign. All the action starts next Sunday, 3:30 Eastern on Fox.
They're cold-blooded. They're cold-blooded. They're slimy. Amphibians. Where are they? Oh, there's one. They're slimy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
XFL football brought to you by Progressive Insurance. For home, auto, or motorcycle insurance, reach out to Progressive. It has been a highlight-filled first half for the Los Angeles Wildcats as they lead at 27-3. Highlights from some of the other games going on this weekend in the XFL, starting yesterday where the Houston Roughnecks, well, they just had P.J. Walker do P.J. Walker things, and Cam Phillips is turning out to be a guy who does his thing week in and week out. Second straight week, 3 touchdown passes between those two, and they knock off Tampa Bay 34-27 to stay undefeated. Meanwhile, in Seattle, the Dallas Roughnecks got a nice day from Landry Jones and a really good day from their tight end, Donald Parham. 101 yards, 2 touchdowns for Parham, including this 65-yarder, and Dallas gets their second straight win, 24-12. Earlier today, the St. Louis Battlehawks scored the very first kick return touchdown in XFL history, and it came on a reverse. Joe Powell finished it off. He wound up being a 90-yard score as they take care of the New York Guardians 29-9 to win their home opener in front of 28,000. And St. Louis has now won 2 straight. The X Factors around the league, well, we mentioned Phillips and Parham. And on the ground today, Matt Jones got it done for the St. Louis Battlehawks, 95 yards and a touchdown. Trey McBride doing the job here. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns in this game. Also 2 on the ground for LA, and so DC's got their work cut out. Coming back with the second half kickoff.
because these guys are playing together right now, and they're doing a great job of taking the ball away.
LA, we did this for y'all, man. This for y'all. Stay with us. Come on, man. Stay with us.
That was today's progressive game flow. Oh, as you might expect, the stats heavily in favor of the Wildcats. And when you're up 27-3, they probably should be. So the defenders with their work cut out for them here to start the second half. Pep Hamilton rallying the troops during the halftime break.
Look for it, guys, okay? All right, stay together. Stay focused. Stay focused. Let's play a great half of defenders football, and then we'll see what happened on the scoreboard. All right, one play at a time. We can do it. Stay together.
Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Bring it in.
Kurt Menefee along with Greg Olson. And, you know, Greg, it's easy to say stay together, stay calm, all that kind of stuff. But how do you do that down 24?
You know, I think it's hard. I think there's a very fine line and a balance between being true to what you are, being true to what's gotten you to this point, being 2-0, but then also recognizing you're down 24 with only one half to play. I think they got to rely on Cardale Jones. You saw his confidence leaving the field. It hasn't been shaken. Early in this second half, they got to find out if that's for real or not and see if he can lead them back, which would be an unbelievable comeback victory here.
All right, so on the flip side, if you're LA, how do you keep up? Because this has not been who you were the first 2 weeks. How do you keep it up here for another half?
I am so impressed with LA. I think they have proven so many people on the outside wrong. And internally all week, though, we heard the message. They are not surprised. They're the only ones that aren't shocked by this result. I think if you're Winston Moss, you just come in at halftime and say, just keep doing what you're doing, right? We're not going to change anything. We don't need any rah-rah speeches. Just continue to play all three phases of the game the way you have in the first half. And I can't say how impressed I've been with them.
Well, enough of us talking about it. Let's get it down to Jenny Tapp with some of the participants to see how they feel.
I stepped up to Cardale at the wrong moment. Cardale, could I be? Cardale, could you just tell me really quick, and I'm sorry to bug you, the message from Coach Pep was all about DC football. How do you do it?
Just take what they give us and keep playing hard.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right, good job, Jenny, and thank you very much, Cardale. You know, he's focused right now, trying to find a way to get his team back in this ball game and do what he says, keep playing hard.
I love his energy. I love his leadership. If anybody can do it, I think it's him, but he's got a tall order in front of him, but we'll see how this goes here. They get the ball to start the half. They got to start fast.
And that should certainly help. You can do all the rah-rah speeches, all the talk you want. But if you got to stand on the sideline and kind of wait, and especially if something negative happens, you give up a score, then it kind of shakes that faith maybe a little bit. Right now, you got a chance to kind of come out and set the tone, if you will. And you know that Pep Hamilton has had an opportunity to go over his play sheet, go over it with the quarterback, see what they like, what they think they can be effective with, and now we'll see if they can execute it here as they start the third quarter. Denell Pumphrey with the return. And good coverage on special teams by Los Angeles, and so they'll start it just at the 25-yard line. You see the numbers there in the first half for Cardale Jones.
Hey, listen up.
And there's no mistake about it. This team goes as Cardale Jones goes. He'd be the first to say he didn't play well in the first half. But again, he's got a whole second half here to regroup. Win or lose, I think the biggest thing for them right now is just to have a good second half and regain some of the momentum from earlier in the year.
Quick pass out to Eli Rogers, and that's sniffed out right away. Ahmad Dixon on the coverage, 5 yards on the gain. But a nice quick pass.
Yeah, and I think Pep is going to stay true to what he is. I think he's got to feel the urgency just a little bit. I think that's human nature, understanding the situation now with the half to go. But they're going to continue to utilize this great wide receiver core. Tompkins, Ross, Rogers.
All three to the right this time as they hand it off. That's Pumphrey. He gets the first down on a run of 10 yards.
There you go. That's the balance at the start of the show that we talked about. DC came into this game with such a balanced attack, run and pass, offense and defense.
Be ready for that balloon if they all drop out.
See how committed to that run they can be.
Liz. Hurry.
They pick up the pressure. Jones throws it back across the field. And Pumphrey going to pick up 7 yards on that play.
Early third down here in the second half. Second down, I'm sorry. They got first down, first play.
Yeah, they've been able to pick up balls in nice chunks here to start.
1-2. Let's go, let's go. 2 single. Hurry, hurry. Let's go.
Jerome Presley gets it outside, gets the first down and more into LA territory. And this is the kind of drive they wanted to come out of the locker room and execute.
Yeah, this is what they've been. When you turn on the tape in the first 2 weeks, this is really what they've been. Good balance, run and pass. They got 2 really good backs. Pumphrey, you see Presley there. They got 2 good backs that are pretty interchangeable. This is the style of play Pep Hamilton wants to continue. But as we've said time and time again, without some scores here to start the half, you know, how committed to the run can you be? And he seems to... The answer seems to be that they're going to remain consistent in the run game.
Here comes the pressure. Jones stepping up. Now running. Trying to direct traffic. Has braced himself to take the hit from Mike Stevens. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yes, a miscommunication there. His tight end was out in front. Cardell breaks contain. He's got Donnie Ernsberger out in front. Ernsberger goes to... He wants in the block. Then he goes to run. They kind of got caught in the middle there, but I'll tell you what, Cardell's not scared. He put his shoulder right into Stevens, and he is not backing down. They got the right guy leading this group.
Well, when you're 6'5", 264 pounds, you can take those hits from those little DBs.
That helps.
Fires and misfires. Rashad Ross, the intended receiver.
Zebra. All right, buddy, here we go. Give me Scrappy. We got Scrappy right. Scrappy right. They all drop out. Check it down, okay? Scrappy right. And let's go Knife X Circus. Be ready. Check it now. Knife X
Scrappy
Circus.
right. Ready?
He gives so much detail to Cardell. I just love the communication. Telling him where his check down is. Telling him where his kind of last stitch.
Here comes the blitz. Cardell gets it off, and it is caught. Diving reception by DeAndre Tompkins.
At the end of the first half, we saw Hopkins and Cardell have a couple miscommunications, some bad plays there on a critical 3rd and long. Great timing. Tompkins just running a big dig, a square in. Cardell threw that ball on time. Great catch going down to get it.
Oh, let's go. Hurry, hurry.
13 yards on that reception. Here's Donnell Pumphrey, and he's brought down in the backfield. Going to be a loss on the play. Reggie Howard with the stop. And despite the loss of 1 on this play, remember this drive started at their own 25-yard line after the kickoff.
Give me right, up right. Act up the key. See knife. X shallow. Y special through. Drop right. X shallow. Y special through.
Hey, act out key. Ready? 1-2. Let's go, let's go. Rip. What's it got? What's it got? Rip 1-2. Hurry, hurry. We got it.
I don't think they got it off before the clock wound down. They were trying to get a timeout, did they?
Good. Let's go with it.
Looks like they started the play clock.
Yeah, they reset it, I think, is what they did. So they wound up getting extra time. They reset the 25-second play clock.
1-2. Hurry, hurry. Let's go.
Pressure from the edge, and Cardell goes down. Cedric Reed, the blitzing linebacker, with the sack.
Yeah, Reed does a great job here coming off the left edge. You see him here. It's just a true speed rush. The back is to his side, but the back has to cross scan for the blitzer off the other side, and Reed runs right by the right tackle. Great swipe. Cardell hits his back foot. He's got no chance. That's a great one-on-one speed rush there by Reed. Puts him in 3rd and real long.
3rd sack to go with 3 turnovers.
Hey, Sunday. Hurry, hurry. Let's go.
They fake the draw. Jones looking down the right side. Bobbled and picked off. Jack Tocho with the interception.
Just another example. Cardell just kind of forcing that ball. trying to get it all on one throw. 3rd and 17, just forcing that ball.
4th turnover by this DC offense. 3rd interception thrown by Cardell Jones. And the second half starts a lot like the first half finished.
I'd spend it all if
Well, the XFL on Fox is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Pep Hamilton, obviously not to start the second half he wanted. Good. Step up. Back pylon, be careful. Oh, jeez, Bo Bees. Flag on the snap as the defense jumped off early, and what a catch made by Trey McBride as they take advantage of the free play.
Great job by Josh Johnson. He sees...
Come on! 3. That penalty is declined. It's over the play. It's first down.
He sees the defensive lineman jump. He knows he has a free play. Puts it up. Who else? Trey McBride, who's had a huge game. Great back shoulder. Track the ball. It's just good veteran quarterback play.
22 yards on that one. McBride, 3 catches. Pardon me, that was his 4th for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Check out.
Johnson with time cutting across Adonis Jennings.
Now, Kurt, we came into this game and we said, hey, this Wildcats offense has 27 points. They're rolling. Would you have guessed Nelson Spruce has not seen a ball? I mean, this guy is leading the XFL in almost every category, receiving yards, catches, and they haven't had to use him.
You're right.
Really speaks volumes to these other players stepping up. Smallwood, Jennings, we just saw there.
McBride having a big day, throwing to the running backs. I mean, they haven't even thrown towards him.
That's exactly what Norm Chow talked about this week.
And there they go to Spruce. Did he get 1 foot in bounds? That's all you need here. He did. specialist saying yes. There's a conference going on.
It's not even close.
Incomplete.
They must have heard us up here, Kurt. So we got to get that guy going. Let's see. His left foot might have been in, Kurt. Let's see. Look at his left foot.
Ball is caught. Oh, it looked like he got that left toe in.
He is in. 1 foot.
No.
Now remember, every play is reviewed.
What a
And the replay official can stop the game, which it looks like they're doing right now to take another look at this.
So the ruling on the field is incomplete pass, correct?
Robert Liu, our replay
Yes, sir. The
official,
ruling
taking
on the
a
field
look.
is incomplete pass.
Okay. We have an angle right here. We see
Plus 47.
at the plus 47, he got his number 11 got his foot down while he had control of the ball, and he maintained control of the ball through the process of the catch all the way through. Okay, so we're going to change the call on the field.
So ball's at the 47-yard line.
Give me 1 second to double check. Plus 47-yard line, okay?
Plus 47-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
8:15 on the clock. We're good on the clock, I believe. 8:15. Okay. Reset the clock to 8:15.
8:15 on the clock.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's one of my favorite parts of this league.
So cool.
After further review, the receiver was able to complete the process of the catch, get a foot down inbounds, and completely control the pass. It'll be first down at the 47-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 8:15. 8:15 on the game clock.
So it winds up being a 21-yard reception, first of the day for Spruce.
Great play. We were just talking about him, and he's obviously been the focal point of this offense through the first 2 weeks. But as we mentioned, this balance now with the backs and the other receivers and McBride, it just makes Spruce that much more effective.
Johnson has time. Caught. Big hit afterwards, and Trey McBride is still down.
Yeah, he took a good shot there.
Shot from Shamarko Thomas.
And now they threw a late flag. I hate to see him.
Right, yeah, still a little bit woozy as he goes over the sideline.
He's had such a great game.
Over the 100-yard mark against his former team. A couple of touchdown receptions as well, and certainly don't want to see that.
We have no foul.
Let's see here.
The ruling on the field is completed catch. The previous play is under further review.
And replay officials are taking a look at this. Yeah, I
think he hit him in the back.
I agree with you. I don't think there should be a foul. If they're looking at it for either a late hit or hitting a defenseless player, it doesn't look like it on that replay.
I couldn't tell on that second angle. On the first angle, it looks like he hit him in the back. On that angle, he might have. I think he caught him in the back of the helmet. Yeah, I think that was pretty clear. This angle here, I think he catches him right in the back of the head. Yeah, he catches him in the side of the head, neck.
Yep.
That's exactly the kind of plays that they're trying to eliminate from the game at all levels. Just got to hope that McBride is okay.
Yeah, it looks like you can see it on that third angle that we got a chance to see. Dean Blandino joins us from Los Angeles. Right up the road. Dean, what do you see here?
Yeah, so we got a real good look into the replay process. 2 plays. We had the catch overturned, and now they're looking at that hit to the head and neck area of a defenseless player. It involves player safety, so replay can provide input. It does look like there is forcible contact to the head, the receiver in a defenseless posture. I do feel this is a foul.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that's exactly what they call, Dean, hitting a defenseless player, Shamarko Thomas, so it adds another 15 yards on top of the 14-yard catch.
Yeah, I think they got that call right, Kurt. I think at first glance from the front side, it looked like he just got hit hard in the back, but it was really clear, as Dean said. That was clear contact to the back of the head. You just got to hope that McBride is okay.
Hey, go to 38, go to 38.
And so you see replay get involved to get it right in that manner as well, not just overturn something. Here's Josh Johnson, mistimed it with Adonis Jennings.
Yeah, I think Jennings thought he was going to scramble, and
plays if he talking.
And he went to take his route up the sideline on the scramble drill, and Josh Johnson just wanted him to kind of sit there and be his outlet. So much of this, we heard Norv Chow talk about reps, and the only thing they're missing is reps and practice time and playing together. You know, those mistakes and miscommunications are going to happen as the season goes on. You expect to clean a lot of that up.
Remember, Johnson didn't play week 1, so 4 quarters last week and 2.5 so far this week. So 6.5 quarters with a new team. Going towards the end zone, overthrows, this time DeQuan Hampton.
We talked about DeQuan Hampton earlier when they put him in a tough position, cracking on that end. That's not really his strong suit. This is a former wide receiver at USC. Big, tall, fast, explosive guy. He's got him. He just puts the ball out. That's his strength. Hampton is a down-the-field, vertical, speed-type tight end. He did his part. Johnson just missed him.
We're going. No, right here, 58.
So now a key third down here.
Check out.
Out of the backfield. Carter with blocks. Carter flipped into the end zone. Hey, he told Jenny Taft if he could get there one more time, he'd do a flip. This time, he delivered.
How great is that? I hope Jenny holds him to that, Kurt. He promised her. I hope he holds her, but what a great play call there. A design swing screen to the running back, Carter. Great blockings. You see Adonis Jennings. You see his receivers blocking. O-lineman cutting guys in the middle of the field. And he almost, imagine if he landed the flip, Kurt. That would have been awesome.
Hey, he calls himself Mr. Excitement. And he delivered.
Just an absolute throttling here by the Wildcats. This is awesome.
18 yards on the reception. Carter's second touchdown of the day. Third touchdown pass for Josh Johnson.
Check out.
And they go for 1 point.
They love running the ball on point after tries.
33-3, courtesy of Mr. Excitement. Oh, this is... And then the forward version of it on the touchdown. Jenny Taft, he told you he'd do a flip if he could get in the end zone once more. He came through.
Oh, my goodness. You know, you live up to it. You said you'd do the flip. Take me through the touchdown and the celebration.
Okay. The play been drawn up all week. It was a great time to call it. I had a chance to give y'all guys an up and over. And we went up. And we went over. 6 to the boy. 6 to the boy. You know. Hey, much love, much love.
Much love to Mr. Excitement.
And I think he's still excited. As is everyone in black right now.
Big dog.
And that boy from the sweat. The sweat. And that boy from the sweat.
Los Angeles scored 35 combined points their first 2 weeks. They've got 33, and we're just halfway through the third quarter today. Against a DC team, we mentioned earlier, a lot of people thought might be the best in the entire XFL, but it has not been that case today, as this has been a dominant performance by Los Angeles.
Oh, my.
Kurt, you said it before the broadcast. You said, is this DC Defenders defense for real, or have they just really not been tested? We weren't quite sure what this Wildcats offense would look like. As you mentioned, Josh Johnson only played one of the 2 first games, but I think they've answered all those questions. Carter's still talking. He's still fired up. You can see his teammates are genuinely excited for him. That's what this is all about. That's just awesome to see guys just genuinely having fun playing.
And so Khalid Abdullah comes in now to play running back as DC tries to get anything positive they can get going. And they had a nice drive on the last possession, and then it kind of stalled once they got inside the plus 40.
Doc Wright, yeah.
Yeah, Cardell's just was trying to force it. We talked about, at some point their urgency level goes up, but still going to operate within the confines of the system.
Quick pass out to Eli Rogers. And the former Pittsburgh Steeler gets enough for the first down.
like to see them pick their tempo up a little bit here. Every offense has some turbo calls where it's just one word, everyone's up on the line, pick your tempo. They're going to have to run a lot more plays here at a faster clip to make up a 30-point deficit in less than a quarter and a half now.
And more importantly, stop turning the ball over.
Yeah.
4 turnovers. Doesn't matter how much you move the ball if you turn it over.
Yep.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, first down.
This Wildcats team had been plagued by the turnovers, the fumbles. Winston Moss said before practice they started doing turnover circuits, offense and defense. They really knew they needed to nip that in the bud. And now that the game is completely flipped on its head, and now the defenders are the ones struggling, turning the ball over, penalties, undisciplined football. It's not what we've seen through the first 2 weeks. Today was a little bit of a wake-up call for them.
4-man rush, and that's Abdullah. He's brought down from behind. Tywan Jones on the stop.
Listen up. We got paint on 1, ready?
They're still committed to the run, which I understand is your identity and what you've been, but your third quarter's kind of winding down here. Another draw.
Yep, they run it again to Pumphrey. It's stretched out, and he only gets a couple of yards before going out of bounds. Let's see what Pep Hamilton calls now.
Give me trough right, odd cinco, hockey. Trough right, odd cinco, hockey.
Max 2. Max 2. Blitz, show blitz, show blitz, show blitz. Show blitz, Max 2. Show blitz, Max 2. 57, get on the edge. 57, get on the edge.
Yeah.
57,
defensive calls a lot easier. Max 2, they're going to play some sort of 2-high, cover 2. Typically, max means to see all these guys showing blitz. Typically, they're going to bail out.
Which they did. Underneath, Pumphrey flagged down as he is hit hard. Roman Tatum with the big hit. Let's see what the penalty marker is about.
Tatum looked slow to get up there. He looked like he took the brunt of that run by Pumphrey there after the catch.
He's down on the sideline.
Yeah,
while they sort out this penalty.
Defense holding. Holding. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Also includes an automatic first down.
That's on Reggie Howard, and more importantly, it is an automatic first down as DC tries to keep a drive alive. They get some help.
Oh, Hagan, you got to get back. 5-4.
Tell you what, LA's going to make it hard on them. You see on every play. We talked about it on the last third down. They got these 2 deep, high safeties, keeping everything in front of them. You want to run the ball at them. 2-3 yards a clip. That's totally fine with Winston Moss.
Nick Brissett on the carry.
All right, odd paint twitch. Let's go Trojan. Do another Trojan. Trojan right, odd paint twitch. Here we go.
We heard odd paint the last time. They just ran a draw to the back. Unless there's some sort of alert or check, it's probably what we can expect here. Yep.
Brissett again. Well, they remain committed to the run. It moves the sticks, but the clock continues to go against them right now.
It does.
Right, chip odd key, China, X lightning leap.
Over 6
right,
bars.
chip odd key, China, X lightning
Over
leap.
6 bars.
We'll see a pass here.
Chip odd key.
Okay.
You hear him say chip odd key. We talked about that earlier.
We haven't run the Trojan Sally yet.
China, usually some sort of corner out, usually some sort of underneath guy.
Jones forced out of the pocket and forced to just get rid of that ball.
There's just nobody open.
No.
There's nobody open. They're playing this deep cover 2 zone, mixing up some of the fronts, but for the most part, their secondary is saying, we're not going to let you run by us. If you want to score, prove to us you can drive the entire length of the field, play after play after play, without a turnover, a penalty, a sack, a negative play. And right now, that formula has been a successful one for this Wildcats defense.
I mean, think of this. This DC team averages 29 points a game. Second highest team scoring coming into this week. They've got 3 right now and struggling. There's a completion that ought to help out Rashad Ross.
Yeah, when you know a team's in cover 2, that right there is just a basic staple play. Your single side receiver, in that case, number 15, Ross, is just going to run up 14, 16 yards, bend across the face of the safety. That was one of the few times today Cardale Jones seemed in rhythm and got that ball out of his hand on time.
Gain of 16 to the 21. They fake the draw, and Jones is in trouble. Devin Taylor this time brings him down.
See Devin Taylor, this is a read. He's going to arc and block him. They're not going to block the defensive end. And you're going to see Cardale, he thinks Reed's going down, or Taylor, and he pulls it. Great job there by Taylor. Cardale's not exactly the fastest guy. He felt if he took the running back, he had enough speed to read and react. That's how the play's drawn up, to not block him, but Devin Taylor does a great job there playing both the running back and the quarterback.
Yeah, they get their 4th sack of the game. Jones looking deep, too high, incomplete, intended for Ross. Arian Springs on the coverage.
Arian Springs started off the game with the first of the turnovers. You see him here. You know, he's going to come out hard and jam. But watch what he does here, getting his eyes around. He gets his eyes around. You can't say enough. These backup corners, Mike Stevens, Arian Springs filling in for the 2 starters against this prolific offensive passing game. Can't say enough about what a job these guys have done in their reserve role, coming in and playing a huge part of this game.
Yeah, LA came into the game with their starting cornerbacks both injured and out today. Here's Khalid Abdullah out of the backfield. And this defense continues to hold. We talk about the struggles of this DC team. They came in with 1 turnover all season. They've got 4. They've been sacked once all season. They've been sacked 4 times today. And now, here on 4th down, they're forced to go for it because they've got to get something on the scoreboard besides just 1 field goal.
No doubt. Turnovers, penalties is the great equalizer in football at any level. In any division, you turn the ball over, you're going to give yourself a really tough time. And today we've seen turnovers, penalties, red zone missed opportunities have really plagued the defenders.
On 4th down, Jones intercepted again. His 4th pick thrown. Mike Stevens, his 2nd interception of the game, and he's going down the sideline with help. Flags come flying out as he's down in DC territory, but another big play by this LA defense.
Just talked about it, Kurt. These guys have stepped up from the first quarter all the way throughout the game, and they have just been too much for this passing game, this Pep Hamilton-led passing game with Cardale Jones. They have just not had answers. You see Stevens, again, he poached it from that exact same position on the earlier pick earlier in the game. He's just playing that nickel cornerback in the slot, reading the quarterback's eyes. I'm not sure if Cardale thought he could throw it over his head, if he didn't see him. But which team? Can't say enough good things about what these guys have done. I feel like we're a broken record, but they deserve all the praise today for coming out and responding the way they have. Crowd's getting pumped up. What a great atmosphere. Kurt, I think they're sorting out in the field. Cardale Jones came and took out the legs of the blocker. I think that's a penalty, but it seemed like there was a bunch of flags scattered on the field, so I think there might be more than one.
And also, one of the officials took his hat off on the sideline, which means he ran out of flags. That means he'd thrown his flag and then needed another.
Fouls on the play.
Here we go.
Against each team. After interception, personal foul, illegal block below the waist, passing team number 12. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the return team number 30 for a hit out of bounds. Those penalties offset, the ball will be placed at the spot of the interception. First down, LA.
So it negates what was a huge return, but it's still a big turnover. Mike Stevens with his 2nd pick of the ball game. 4th thrown by Cardale. 5 turnovers by DC. right, so Mike Stevens gets the interception. He returns it 60 yards, but then they're offsetting penalties, which is huge in the field position battle.
It is. I think with the Cardell Jones penalty, they're going to get 15 yards from where Stevens is tackled. They called it on number 30, but watch Ahmad Dixon, number 36, right here, come in late. I think he's who the penalty's on. Unnecessary roughness after the play. It's a 75-yard penalty there. If you just let that guy get up who made the tackle on Stevens and just celebrate with your own guys, instead of having the ball on the 5, you got the ball on the plus 30. It's a huge, huge penalty, but nonetheless, a great play again by Mike Stevens. This defender's offense has been plagued by picks.
And so they start deep in their own territory after the offsetting penalties. First down, that's DeJuan Harris, the longtime Green Bay Packer, now in the ball game and getting a little bit of run. Up by 30 on what will be the final play of the third quarter. And we can't stress, this has been all Los Angeles. Offense, defense, special teams. They've created turnovers. They've scored touchdowns. Frustrating afternoon for the DC Defenders, who right now are 30 points away from their first defeat of the season. On the little tape piece we used to start the broadcast, they said it was a tale of two cities, DC and Los Angeles. Right now, it's been a tale of two totally different quarterbacks. Cardell Jones, no touchdowns, 4 picks. Josh Johnson, flip it over, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And it has been all Los Angeles as they lead it 33-3 as we start this fourth quarter. Beyond frustrating for Cardell Jones.
Yeah, he had been playing so well through the first 2 weeks. We talked about it in the open to start. Arguably one of the top 2 players in the league to start the season, and today's just a struggle. But it's a long year. They got a lot to regroup and get back to work.
Johnson. Wide open is the tight end Barnes, and he moves the chains.
I like Barnes. I think.
Well, he's a tight end. Of course you do.
I'm biased, but you see him here lined up on the right. We saw him run this exact same route earlier in the day. Spruce runs a drag, and he just runs a little square in front of that safety. Those two-man concepts are really easy on a quarterback to read. Really easy for him to time out and deliver the ball. Barnes has done that a few times today, and Josh Johnson has hit him in rhythm.
Now be honest with me. He spent time with the Panthers last year. Do you remember?
Let's go, flip.
I do. He's a guy that has come in and was able to do what some of these guys come in spring and OTAs, and I feel so bad for them. They don't get a ton of reps. They don't get a ton of opportunities, and then next thing you know, rosters are cut down. But I really like Barnes. I think he's got a chance to be a good player. We're starting to see some of that today with them using him in the passing game.
Hold on.
There's DeJuan Harris on the run. Is this a point when you're up 33-3, you start begging for the ball?
You start begging for the ball, and then after you get a few, you want to come out. Okay. Right? You want to pad the stats a few times, and then, hey, coach, let's let the guy behind me get some playing time here and get some burn, but especially as an older guy.
Johnson, Spruce, his second reception of the day, and it's a big one. 45 yards on the catch and run.
Great job. Jordan Smallwood on the other side. He clears it out to the left side of your screen. Max protection. We just talked about Barnes. Great job on the end. And you see Nelson Spruce. He just runs through the zone coverage. Great catch. Ball's a little behind him. But what a good play. And he's deceptively fast. I mean, those guys can't catch him. This guy came into the day leading the XFL in almost every receiving category. Only had 2 catches, as you said. But he is a really good player.
Yeah, made it pay off there. Here's Johnson looking for Spruce the other way, and a good coverage made on the play by Shamarko Thomas.
Shamarko Thomas is a guy, we haven't talked a lot about these defenders, you know, on this defensive side of the ball today, but Shamarko Thomas is another guy they acquired via trade. He's listed as a safety. He plays kind of nickel. He can play outside corner. You see him there make a great play under Spruce on the corner route. They talked about him that he's their most versatile defensive player. They could really line him up anywhere. Here he's lined up in the slot. He's a good player. See him kind of lined up here over the number 2 receiver.
Here comes the blitz. That one caught by Spruce. It's obvious they're getting him involved in this series. He catches it right in front of Thomas again.
The crowd loves it. You hear them all saying Spruce. The crowd really loves him. They've responded to this kid.
Hey, yellow Nike.
And they're feeding him. You talk about feeding the guy. You're leading the league in receptions and yards. You say, hey, QB, before we're both put out to rest here for the rest of this game, let's pad the stats a little bit before the coach takes me out.
He's got 3 catches for 75 yards now in this game as he goes out to take a breather.
Not a bad slow day.
Hurry up.
See him bringing both tight ends here in a heavy run situation here.
3rd and a yard. Oh, they get that and more. Martez Carter going in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. There's the backflip. Mr. Excitement.
This is awesome. I mean, what an unbelievable. I mean, taking the most out of your opportunities. Talked about Elijah Hood, their starter, had some struggles the first 2 weeks. Carter's now getting his chance, and God, is he making the most of it. This LA offense looks light years different from what we've seen in the first 2 weeks. Carter, Josh Johnson, of course, getting back healthy. Saw Nelson Spruce, Trey McBride. Hopefully he's okay. Left the game after getting hit. This offense has come to life for Norm Chow. And it's a lot of fun right now. This home crowd is loving it.
Okay. When I put it in the fist. All right.
Yeah, I think they're...
Might be taking another look at this to see if his elbow was down before the ball crossed the plane of the goal.
Yeah. I hope for Carter's sake and for Jenny's sake, maybe another interview. I hope they don't take this off the board. He jumps from about the 5-yard line. Let's see. Yeah, he's down.
Yeah, it might be.
He's down. Yeah. Now, if he's not touched.
If he's not down by contact.
See if he gets touched. No. couldn't tell if his hand got hit. But if he's not touched, doesn't matter that his elbow hit. Got to be down by contact. Let's see here. See Matt Elam.
It looks like Elam missed him entirely.
I think he whiffed. I think that stands, Kurt. I don't think there's enough to overturn it, right?
I agree. I mean, I don't see an angle where it looks like he was touched at all.
That's it, but
Robert Lou again.
I understand. Thank you.
The hard line. He got to the hard line and we're good.
Thank you.
Okay.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner was not down by contact, so it is a touchdown.
There you go. And see, again, this is what I love about seeing the replay process. You see him make sure he confirms it, as opposed to just calling out and you go, well, was he or was he not, as you debate it.
Yeah, seeing the thought process and the mechanics that go into making these decisions, it's just such unique insight. One of the amazing changes the XFL has identified for the viewer and the fan at home just really leads to a really, really good fan and viewer experience when you get insight into things like that. Going for one again.
Go.
They fake the handoff. Flag in the end zone as they go for Spruce. Probably going to call that one on Shamarko Thomas, who was there for the coverage.
Yeah, I think they're going to get another shot at this. They'll replay this down.
Pass interference. Defense, number 38. The ball will be spotted at the 1 yard line. We'll replay the drive.
So they'll do it again, a little bit closer.
That was the first time in their point after try that they've thrown the ball. I wonder now from the half-yard line, they try to, nope, they're going to spread him out here. So
yeah, empty backfield.
Unless Josh Johnson's going to run, this will be a pass.
A little too hot for Whitfield. So they don't get the conversion, but Mr. Excitement continues to be exciting. He's got 3 touchdowns on the day, a couple of forward flips, a beautiful back flip. Hey, the Olympics are coming to LA in a couple of years. Maybe he'll join the gymnastics team.
Damn right.
What a day for Martez Carter. 41 yards rushing, 41 yards receiving, 3 total touchdowns, and a couple of spectacular celebrations. And his Wildcats are in firm control. 39-3 with just under 12 minutes here left in the fourth quarter.
I already did. It's the second time. Mama, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Vaughn, I love you. Marion, I love you. And most of all, Junior, Daddy, love you, son.
You keep scoring touchdowns, you can put more relatives in there.
Love it.
You get in the end zone, you get to give love to everybody.
That's awesome. Good for him. Enjoy these moments. Enjoy these opportunities. We just love to see guys make the most of their chances. And
here's Tyler Palka, and he is stuck by Jerome Couplet. Let's get it down to Jenny Taft, her new best friend.
My new best friend. Am I allowed to have favorites around here? Because Mr. Excitement might be one of them, and Larry Rose as well, because they told me they're a package deal. Larry, how impressed have you been with this guy's performance today?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not impressed because he do it every day in practice. Literally, he does it every day in practice. I told him all week, when you get your chance to shine, get out there and do what you do. And you know what I'm saying? He doing it.
We are seeing that today, and you know what? You told me if you had more space, you'd get the backflip in. Where did you learn this?
When I was little, I always taught myself. I was real athletic when I was young. We was always outside all day. I grew up in the era where they put a basketball goal in the street and everybody in the neighborhood just hooped. But at one point, I wanted to be the best Power Ranger ever, so no one else can do a backflip. I could.
Yes, you can. And we are loving it today.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We are loving what we are seeing from you guys. Keep it up, all right? This is fun.
Definitely. That last flip was for you. I told you I got you. The determination to get in the end zone was just so I can get back over here and see how stunned you was to see me flip in that end zone.
We are loving it. Everyone is loving it, guys. Thank you. Maybe another. I mean,
maybe. Appreciate y'all at home for watching, though.
Whatever it takes to motivate you, right? It's working for him and his team. Tyree Jackson now in at quarterback, replacing Cardell Jones for DC.
Part of me wishes we could just have Jenny continue to interview these guys. It looks like the Wildcats sideline is having the greatest time of their lives, as they should. You know, up 39-3 here at home after a challenging few weeks. Those guys should be excited. They should feel good about themselves. Winston Moss, what a great job he's done rallying the troops here. His guys have bought in all along.
We get a chance to see Jackson come in the game right now. We got an injured DC player right now. You can hear the pain. Can't really see the number just yet. Looks like James O'Hagan. Yeah, number 77. He's grabbing his lower leg.
You heard him right away.
Yeah.
Yelling. Those interior linemen have bodies falling. Guys getting tackled.
While there's an injury on the field, we'll take a brief timeout. Well, there you see James O'Hagan making his way over to the sideline. Center of the University of Buffalo. Spent some time with the New York Giants last year, and he'll go right, obviously, into the tent so that the training staff and the doctors can take another look at him. Good to see him put at least a little bit of weight on it, so it gives you a little bit of encouragement there. And there's Tyree Jackson now in at quarterback, who was the quarterback at Buffalo with O'Hagan. Now in here on 4th and 1. And DC picks up the first down.
You know, Kurt, sometimes things that people don't see, game like this, it's 39-3. Cardell Jones is, of course, he struggled. I just watched him go up and down as his offense is still on the field. He could be sulking, pouting on the sideline. He just went up and down and dapped up every single one of his teammates. You know, the body language was, we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. One game. Just think that speaks volumes to him and his maturity as such a young kid. They got the right guy at quarterback. He'll have better days than he had today.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson hands it off. Khalid Abdullah with the carry. And this is one of those situations you see Tyree Jackson in the game. This is not about a quarterback controversy. This is, you know, we're down 36 points on the road, less than 10 minutes left. Let's get him some playing experience. Cardell, you'll get to start again next week and be back.
Yeah, absolutely. Cardell's their guy.
Yeah.
But I think to your point, if I'm Pep, I know you're trying to run this game out and not get anybody hurt, you know, and get out of here. But I'm going to try to let Jackson play a little bit, open the offense up, get him some valuable reps. There's not a ton of practice time. Backup quarterbacks don't get a lot of reps. I'd like to see him. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, showing his mobility with a nice run down to the 45-yard line. And here's a guy who was the MAC player on offense of the year at the University of Buffalo. Went to the Senior Bowl and was the MVP of the South team.
Yeah, this is a big, strong, big arm. Kind of throws every ball like he's throwing it through a brick wall. But again, a lot of these guys just need reps. You need some experience, and yeah, this is a lost game. This is a, you know, the situation is dire. Let's build a young guy's confidence and get him some game action that's really hard to replicate in practice.
And he is a young guy. That Senior Bowl stat I gave you, that was just last year.
Yep.
So he's fresh out of college and trying to get an opportunity to do what he can at the next level as Abdullah gets another run. You see he's got another big body quarterback, 6'7", 250.
Yeah. Him and Cardell Jones, yeah, great basketball team. They got the biggest quarterback combo in the league.
Let go. Blue 80. Wait, hot.
Brissett, first down and more. Still on his feet. And the defenders get their first touchdown of the game. And a lot of people are happy that this game is now over 44.5 points.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Anybody who was sweating the over now can take a deep breath. Again, they've run this play a few times now. They're going to pull the backside offensive lineman. You see, just a single back gap type scheme. And really, Brissett just kind of does the back end kind of by himself. Made the safety miss. Showed his speed running away from the corner. You know, a little too late, but for teams just getting started, I can't stress it enough. To the fan and to everyone, these are lost games. These reps matter. These are guys that aren't accustomed to being in the game. Let's continue to build our roster.
DC going for 3 here. Jackson picked off in the end zone. Arion Springs trying to return it. Had he taken that back all the way, they would have gotten 3. You get what the offense was trying to do. Obviously, the tackle made, play is shut down, and they don't get the conversion. So it's a 30-point game again, 39-9, as Jackson leads DC to the first time in the end zone all day long. Now, there's more football for you next weekend. On Saturday, these LA Wildcats will head across country to New York to take on the Guardians. That game comes your way at 2 o'clock on ABC, and then on Fox, it's the Seattle Dragons traveling to St. Louis to play the Battlehawks. That's at 5 Eastern, only on Fox.
I should have threw higher.
I'll expect if this LA Wildcats team that showed up today can do this thing on the road, they will be a team to be reckoned with here in the second half. And, you know, we talked about the first 2 weeks, and they did not look good. They struggled. But they've straightened themselves out today, and there's still 7 more games left in the season after today.
the future looks so much better this week than it did a week ago. You know, a team in flux, made some staff changes on the defensive side of the ball. Looks to me, I think they're going to go for an onside kick here. Yeah, they're going to go for an onside kick. You see everybody now moving to the other side of the field, a more traditional kickoff alignment.
And you have to announce that you're going for an onside kick just because of the way they align normally with the kickoff here in the XFL. And I think part of what we're seeing is really smart again by Pep Hamilton. Look, they're barring a miracle not coming back and winning this game. So it gets some young guys some experience that we saw in the last series. They went for a three-point conversion that you work on in case you ever need it. We saw that. Now they try out the onside kick. This is almost like a scrimmage after a while.
It is. He's saying this is not about today. And you're exactly right. This is about building situations, understanding game flow, understanding new rule nuance. I really like what Pep's doing. He's also showing his team that we never throw the towel, we never quit, but he's also getting situations that are hard to practice and don't come up very often, at least through the first couple weeks of the season.
So this will be more like the traditional onside kick that you're used to seeing?
Yep.
I don't think any other team has tried this in any other game this season.
Yeah, so what a lot of teams are doing now is they put the ball on the hash away from the wide side of the field. You can see he has the ball laid down kind of on its front nose, and they kick low line hoppers. The days of the high hop, one hop, they now kick low line drives, want it to bounce.
There's the big bounce, and it's recovered by LA. Jalen Green, the wide receiver, takes care of that. Well, the Wildcats in firm control today, and as we said, still 7 more games left in the regular season. And you can take a look at the schedule next week. They take on a New York Guardians team that has really struggled the last couple of weeks. The Tampa Bay Vipers team that is winless. Seattle's got 1 win as well. So if they can get something going, they've got a chance against the opposition to get on the run.
Yeah, they go on a 3-game stretch here where the schedule is nice and favorable. That St. Louis Battlehawks team, I saw them up close and personal last week. They lost against Houston, but that is a good team. Very well coached. Jonathan Hayes, really veteran NFL coach. But this schedule lays out really nice for the Wildcats. Today, getting this win over what was thought to be one of the better teams in the league. And now they got 3 weeks against teams that if they play like this, they should have a chance to roll off a few wins in a row and find themselves sitting pretty after a tough start.
And they make a change of quarterback for all the same reasons. Jalen McClendon getting some snaps now. Kid out of Baylor.
I imagine we'll see very run-heavy.
Ready! Here we go!
DeJuan Harris in the backfield. And he gets the carry. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be dropped for a loss here.
You know, Kurt, I used to hate these situations, right? And which just sounds strange. You're up by 30 points at the end of the game. Everyone's having fun. But now you got to go on offense. Everybody in the stadium, everyone watching knows you're going to run the ball. And you feel like you're just bashing your head against the wall. There's 8, 9, 10-man boxes, a million guys at the line of scrimmage, and the coach just keeps calling run after run. This is tough sledding in here to finish these games out.
Ready! To go!
Harris again. Cutting it back inside, and then once again has a hard time getting back to the line of scrimmage. So while it may be tough for LA, it seems though DC is still playing hard on defense.
They are. They got a lot of really good veteran players. Again, the way the game has kind of flowed, we haven't had a chance, but Matt Elam, you saw him there, number 22. That's a long-time veteran. I mean, he was a first-round draft pick back in 2013 for the Ravens. Next to him, Raheem Moore, second-round draft pick in 2011. I mean, these guys have played a lot of football. They got a lot of pride. Pep Hamilton's a really good coach. Spent time with him my rookie year and the second year in the league in Chicago. He was our quarterbacks coach. I have a ton of respect for Pep. He'll get these guys right. This might have been exactly what they needed.
Yeah, their first road game is going to end up in their first loss. Eli Rogers from the 11. Oh, really, the big story today has been the takeaways. DC came in, having turned it over once all season. They've done it 5 times in this game.
Yeah, it's just very uncharacteristic of what they've been through the first couple weeks of the season. And, you know, sometimes that's the way these games go. A little bit of a wild card with this Wildcats defense. Came in with some fresh energy, a fresh scheme after the change at defensive coordinator. And they ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw today, but like I said, I think they're confident. I think they'll be okay if they can regroup here and have a good week going forward.
We've talked about the job that Winston Moss has done, keeping this team together. First 2 weeks, again, they really weren't in either one of those games. They made a comeback last week in the fourth quarter to make the score close, but they didn't play well in either one of those games. They lost some players. They started without their 2 starting corners tonight, and yet they came up with 4 interceptions against the quarterback that, you know, really had been smoking it through the first 2 weeks.
They had every reason to come out here and just lay down. All those reasons you just mentioned, feeling sorry for yourself. Coach Moss said that he really worked them extra this week. They had every reason to come out here and quit, but obviously you saw it was the complete opposite. They came out from the first opening drive and absolutely dominated this game. Can't say enough about what a good job Winston Moss and his staff, veteran leaders like Josh Johnson, what they've done leading this team through what was a really kind of turbulent first couple weeks of the season.
You know, part of it is also, I believe, getting a guy like Josh Johnson back. We talk about his 12 years of NFL experience. This is just the second week he's been able to play due to injury. He missed the opening game, and really things got out of whack for this offense then. He came back last week. He had to shake off some of the rust, played well in the fourth quarter, and really solidified his status here today.
Yeah, they carried that fourth quarter, even though it came in a defeat last week. They brought that fourth quarter approach, coming back, a couple scoring drives. Norm Chow said, you know, Josh really settled into the game. He found his rhythm. His body responded after being injured for a few weeks. And, you know, they hit the ground running today and carried a lot of that over really all 4 quarters today against what we thought was a very good defenders team.
Yeah, Jenny Taft. I mean, Josh Johnson has been really impressive today.
Well, and it was really telling earlier this week, too, when we had a conversation, and Josh told me, just wait, you know, we are just getting going, and we've spoken about just how he's been on 13 different NFL rosters. He joked with me that the guys call him the old man on this team, and I said, who's your guy, who's your favorite? He said, they are all like little brothers to me, and you could just sense that this team is building and growing, and let me tell you, the sideline today, I know you guys have seen it, but they have been on fire.
Why not? I mean, they have been rolling. There should be plenty of enthusiasm on that team. And again, you know, this is just the first win of the season. There's still a lot of season left here. As Tyree Jackson throws the incompletion intended for Rashad Ross.
Hey, I want to shout out the offensive linemen. They've done a great job today. Tremendous job. The quarterback has done an exceptional job, and that's why we're able to bring this thing home. It started up front.
Mr. Excitement making sure he gave love to his family. Now let's do it to some other teammates.
He has not shied away from the camera today, Kurt. And deservingly so. He is making the most of today.
I'm blessed for today, y'all.
I hear him talk about.
Showed up, showed his favor today.
Over 100 total yards for him today.
Good for him.
And the 3 touchdowns.
These days are hard to come by. I don't care at any level, college, pro. These days are hard to come by. These guys have worked so hard to get these chances. I just love seeing guys make the most of opportunities.
Whitfield takes the punt and us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left. All LA all day.
You're cold-blooded. You're cold-blooded. You're slimy. Amphibians. Where are they? Oh, there's one. You're slimy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
After an exciting opening round 2 weeks ago in Pomona, which saw Doug Coletta, Jack Beckman, and Jake Coughlin end up in the winner's circle, the NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series is back in action in the Arizona desert. Final eliminations from round 2 in Phoenix is coming up next, just after XFL football on FS1.
Thank you, Brian. Well, a lot like the DC Defenders, if you took DC and minus 8.5, it wasn't your day. No, not from the start. Everything going LA's way as they try and finish this off.
Here we go. Ready to go.
Bad snap. Jalen McClendon pulls it in and gets a couple yards on the run. The defense, well, pushing and shoving here afterwards, and we're going to be careful or else we're going to draw a penalty. They sort it out, get everybody back in their respective huddles. Defense set the tone for this game, really, at the start.
No question. They came out flying, aggressive, downhill, did a great job rallying to the ball, kept the top on the defense, didn't let this defender team run by them. Just can't say enough good things about what they did.
4 of the 5 takeaways, interceptions today, and a lot of big hits as well as we listen in to the sounds of the game.
Put them hats on him today. Let's go. He's about to bring it. Bring it. He's about to bring it.
And that's how you close the game.
Ready to go.
They closed it in fashion, good fashion. Larry Rose hit the backfield. Kenny Bigelow with a big hit. Brings us down to 1 minute 18 seconds. The clock will start as soon as they spot the ball, 5 seconds after that. And so the Wildcats will get their first win here officially in just over a minute 10 seconds. And they'll hand DC its first loss of the season. And it really kind of shows you, I think we do this at all levels of football. After a week or two, we're like, oh, this team's really good, this one's really bad. It starts to even out a little bit, and teams kind of find their groove. You get weeks 3 and beyond.
No doubt, and I think we all fell victim, at least I know I did, coming into this game. And I'll be honest, I was wrong. I really thought the Defenders were the better team. But again, that's why you play the game. Turnovers, penalties. See the standings right here. This puts LA right back into the mix. You know, I think you got to think right now, Houston, the Roughnecks, best record, only undefeated team. They clearly have the best player.
Winston was trying his best not to smile. He is happy, deservedly so. His first win as a head coach at any level.
Good for him.
But you're right. I mean, you look at the standings now. There's only one undefeated team left in the entire league, and that's in the West with the Houston Roughnecks. But suddenly, St. Louis, who's won a couple in a row, they're now tied for first place with a DC team that's not as invincible as we thought they were. And in the West, here's an LA squad that people were checking the box on. They're now right back in the race.
Right back in the mix. It's the difference. What a difference a week makes. You know, as we said, right now, Houston, again, how much do we know, right? We came in thinking DC was in that same mix as Houston, and, you know, LA made us really rethink that. But, you know, PJ Walker out there, what he's doing, and Cam Phillips at receiver. Those two guys are really lighting the league up, that June Jones style offense, run and shoot. They're a fun team to watch. Looking forward to getting another chance to watch them again next week against a Dallas team who, again, finds themselves right in the mix there in the West.
And you've got a Los Angeles team now that with Josh Johnson at quarterback, again, we've said it earlier, it looks totally different, particularly on offense. And you think if this defense, they're probably not going to shut teams out like they did today, that late touchdown with all the backups in. But if they can stay in games with Johnson at quarterback, and we saw McBride step up today, we've seen Spruce do it previously, you know, they've got some weapons to make noise here the rest of the season.
No question. Today is obviously the formula that they're going to want to recreate. You can't count on 4 or 5 turnovers every week, but today is really what the Wildcats want to be about. Great aggressive defense, turn the ball over, and then offensively spread the ball around, not just rely on Nelson Spruce. And today they were able to get all of those things accomplished.
And so Pep Hamilton goes down in defeat for the first time as a head coach at any level, while Winston Moss gets his first win as a head coach at any level. 39-9 the final. Los Angeles with the win. Just about anything they wanted to do, it seems as though they did. So DC falls to 2-1. LA now 1-2. Josh Johnson with a nice afternoon. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
All right.
And his defense, special teams, just about every unit possible contributed.
What a hand, man.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill.
T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy. Bill Nye the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T-minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the science Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia